This is a Heart and Hand production.
Hello everyone, my name's David Edgar. I'm the host of Heart and Hand, the Rangers podcast, and today this is a short video about the Rangers new manager press conference unveiling. Always a big thing. Only the 18th time that Rangers have appointed a new permanent manager. Michael Beale, of course, knows the club. He's joining us again after a 3.5 year as coach under Steven Gerrard. It's the second one of these I've attended, and hopefully it'll be my last for a long time because we want Michael Beale to be successful. But the point of this video today is just to take you behind the scenes a little bit, let you see what goes on at one of these unveilings. I've always been fascinated with them ever since I was a little boy, and I remember watching on Scotland Today as David Holmes introduced Graham Souness. So we'll show you what goes on at one of these events today as we go through the day. I hope you enjoy. So arrival, and we're going in the main door here at Ibrox. Always a thrill when you head in the main door. I'm here with Stevie from Four Lads, Handsome Joshua from the Rangers Review. He's going on Sky in a minute, but funnily enough they'd rather have him than the likes of me and Stevie, which is blatantly Lucas in my opinion. So the advertising hoardings are very much telling us that how they feel about it. Nice touch. Something really eerily beautiful about a stadium in the winter when it's empty. There's still something magical about these four walls. So here we are in the members lounge. We're awaiting being called in to the Blue Room. That's where the press conference will take place, and I'm joined by a couple of familiar faces from Heart and Hand, if you know the Heart and Hand team. First of all, Adam, good friend of Michael Beale, and Martin, good friend of mine, good friend of Adam. So, boys, Adam, this is your second one of these. Martin, your first. I spoke earlier on in the video about childhood memories, David Holmes, all that kind of thing. There's something quite special about it, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I mean, it's history. We've talked a lot this last week or so about 150 years, only 18 of these permanent appointments. It isn't something that's a revolving door, although at times it's felt that way in recent years. But I mean, we do a lot of this stuff, obviously, after after matches down the stairs. But Blue Room, you can see everyone's made the effort here today.
Everyone's dressed up.
Yeah. And there's no big shock the way there was back in 1986, but it's still a special moment. It's these don't happen every week. So,
Adam, you're a long-time fan of Michael Beale. You've wrote a book about him, sort of. What you kind of looking for from this season, really, from him?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like you said, this time last year when we did it for Van Bronckhorst, slightly different because we still had COVID and things. So it's going to be quite special to see him coming in, and there's not that circus around it, if you like, in terms of the COVID. In terms of what we're looking for, it's going to be interesting. I think we need to see improvement. Absolutely, as he said, we need to see the injury list being reduced. Hopefully it has been and is currently being in this break. We need to see front foot attacking football, which he has promised / said. So be interesting. There's a big thing as well, and I'm interested to get his thoughts on. There's a big thing that he always spoke about was the lack of game time, lack of training time that the team got during the season because of the European run. Really negative to be out of Europe, obviously, but we might see a positive there. He is a on-pitch training coach. He likes to develop players. He's going to have a fair amount of time. I think after the transfer window shuts, 1st of February, there are currently no scheduled midweek games until the end of the season. Maybe some cups will move things around, I'm not sure, but it is going to be Saturday to Saturday, so it's going to be interesting to see if we do see a little bit more flexibility in terms of formations, approaches, different players. It is going to be different anyway. It's a little bit back to the future-esque, I think, just now, because you're thinking, did that year happen? We're going back the way to something that happened, but we're going to be moving forward as well. So it's really difficult to judge. I think we spoke about on the update the other day. It's been a year. A year's a long time in football. We're not necessarily getting the same person back. He said the same. So I think we know 80% of what's going to happen, but that 20% is going to be really interesting to see what happens.
So, as I say, we will bring you his arrival when here.
team, and behind the scenes we created and redeveloped a lot of Ibrox and the training ground. The training ground is fantastic, coming back into it the last few days.
So that was Michael Beale's announcement, unveiling here at Rangers. We heard a lot, you'll have seen it, and it's an exciting time. He speaks brilliantly, but it's all on the park. He said it himself, he wants a winning, exciting team for Rangers fans, and that's what I'm just making sure that I don't fall and there's no blood on the marble staircase. Anyway, thank you, I hope you enjoyed this, and more coverage, you head over to Heart and Hand on Patreon, patreon.com/Heart and Hand. Thanks everybody, and now it's time to say cheerio.